Good morning, friends. How are all of you? My name's Nicola. This is Free My Cure. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel, whichever the case may be. So I made an Instagram post this morning, and I'm sure it'll be taken completely out of context. But I do stand by the premise of what that TikTok was. And so just to kind of bring it into my channel for a second, I will no longer, sadly, very, very sadly, will no longer support the LGBTQ whatever community, plus or outfit, whatever you want to call them. That was really rude. I didn't mean whatever you want to call them. I meant how they, that was really rude, and for that I sincerely apologize. But I cannot support the movement any longer, and I really, really hope to be reunited with the LGBTQ community as soon as possible. However, for the duration of, I'm trying to not use the words because they're banned, but the P word and G word, and I don't mean Procter & Gamble, if you know what I mean. So if you're, or we can just do a felon. A P is a felon. A G is a felon in the making. I don't know. But I will no longer support the movement. Simply put, and the reason why is because these P's and G's, or felons and almost felons, are trying to disguise themselves under this movement. They have a flag, they have all of it. And I can't stand behind that. I am sure that the LGBTQ community does not stand behind them as well. However, I think that it's time to call it out. I have never in my life been called a racist for the most part. I really don't think I am, except for one group of people. And I am very, very prejudiced and racial against them. Extremely. And they are your P felons and your G felons. If you're going to hurt a population that cannot talk or work or move for themselves, in the most part, children, I mean, we're bringing kids to drag clubs now, and this is a highly sexualized thing. As an adult, I love drag shows. Let me tell you, they are some of the best fun out there at times. Especially when the girls are battling to see which one's better. I mean, it is amazing. And so, we've just got to stop. We've got to stop this. The P's and the G's have been terrorizing the LGBT community for decades. And I think it's time for all of us to call it out, including, and if not especially, the LGBTQ community. I love you guys. I really didn't want to have to divorce with you. I'm hoping we have a reconciliation here very, very soon, because I love you guys. I do. I don't care what you do in the bedroom. I don't care any of that unless it is a minor or a somebody that's, you know, R-ing people around the world. That's, you know, that's where I draw the line in the sand is very clear cut. And they are trying to cross that line. So I think it is time to push them back. This isn't a sexual orientation. This is a felony. This is damaging the youngest parts of our community. Damaging them. Destroying them. Causing really good people to commit suicide and be so highly depressed because not of their actions, but of yours as the criminal. And so I think it's time. I think it's time that we call this what it is and put our foot down. Put that line in the sand. Because as a victim that was trafficked as a minor, that was beaten, that has scars because of everything that happened to us when we were kids, I can't sit and watch this happen. It is time for the world to stand up and say, we accept a lot. We accept LGBTQ community because you're just like us. We're the same. But these communities are not. They're toxic. And by the communities, it is more than one, because you have your criminals, or your P criminals, and then you have your G almost criminals that are trying to run rampant in, you know, the parades and online and It's not a sexual orientation. It is nothing personal. I have nothing against you. I take that back. I have nothing against people that are doing for them very well. They aren't hurting anybody in return, and they're just doing their thing. I support that. I love that. That's me. I do the same thing. I sit here as an older woman and I smoke pot. So yeah, I'm a weirdo. But in that, I have to stand up and say, all of you guys are slapping us, just re-victimizing us because of their acceptance. Does that make sense to you? Doesn't make sense to me. So I did. I broke up with the LGBT community online today on TikTok. I just did it on YouTube. I do. I really hope to be reunited back with the community. I'll miss some of the fun things. And you know, I used to have a couple really good, fun, gay best friends. And I have since grown and ended up with agoraphobia. I have a hard time leaving or doing anything like this outside in public. So naturally, they move on with their lives, which I understand, and I'm good with it. But I'll tell you what, there is nothing in the world better than shopping with a gay dude. Holy hell, I love it, and I would do it anytime. So yeah, if you're looking for a straight, older, weirdo lady as a friend, hopefully we will all be reunited soon, and it will get better. So, that being said, we're going to move on, and we're not going to talk about it again. At least not this video. As things get worse, as videos go down, yes, I am going to bring some of my views into my channel, because that is who I am. And I spent years at being abused as a child with all of this. Trust me when I say, even like things like Oprah has said things, I mean, you can go back and Google it. I mean, it shows her saying it, but talking about it's okay for adults to pleasure kids because it feels good. And I'm just like, what the hell? None of you see this? We're okay with this? Well, I'm not. So, I have no hate towards anybody. I really don't. P's and G's, just stay the hell away from me. Because if I do come across you, it is very, very likely that I'm going to have a PTSD break. And that wouldn't be good for any of us. So, okay, so today we are back on our no worrying handbook. 124 lists, activities, and prompts to get out of your head. This was something I have been needing to get out of my head, especially since I've started recording my journey, my story for you guys to kind of show you what I mean about, you know, some of the things that I talk about with being trafficked or being, you know, re-victimizing the victims because of this. And oh, let me tell you, that is exactly what is going on. If you think they don't have an agenda, you're wrong. It isn't about, oh, I'm attracted to that one little person. No, it's a movement. So that's why we're on this. We're gonna drop that now. So sorry. Let's do this. This is probably a better place for us to go. As always, guys, fuck cancer, fuck anxiety, fuck depression, fuck COVID. End with the good and out with the bad. Okay, so we did a whole bunch real fast. So hopefully that will change our our attitude. Canitude. I canituned my attitude. Okay, so today we're on Discover How Worry is in Your Way. I'll just kind of explain what I have going on in front of me right now. This is my weekly, daily, monthly calendar that I keep and put everything in as I'm doing it because, I don't know, maybe I'm getting Alzheimer's, but I can't remember shit anymore. So, I've resorted to writing it down so that way I don't forget. In front of me as well is my prompted daily journal. These are kind of cool. It gives you all kinds of different prompts if you want to use them. You can use them like journal pages, just as daily reminders, any of those things that you're looking that you need to be doing. So I do a lot of my journaling, just plain old journaling in here, reminders, that kind of a thing. As far as my other journaling, because we have talked about it, here, it does all of my daily living stuff, like what am I eating, what my meds, how do I feel, exercise, did I do a video, did I groom, did I drink enough water, nap time, journal, calendar, coffee, comments, and then sleeping at night. I have had to start tracking those things simply to make it easier so that when the doctor asks me, I can say, because one of the things that like your psychiatrist or your therapist would ask is, okay, did you double up on your medication? Did you follow directions on your medication? Anything like that. Normally I have to say, nope, I'm right on, or I had a really bad day and I had to take an extra one or whatever. Lately, I want to say the last couple of months, even though I've been kind of going through a little bit of a harder depression, the days that I do better seems to be the days that I cut one whole, so like I take morning, noon, and night set of pills. If I cut one whole one out of there, like noon, it changes my whole demeanor. So I've started to kind of do that. I'm keeping notes to kind of see if maybe some of what I'm going through is side effects from the medications that I have been on. So we're kind of doing that. That's what I keep in my journal because that's kind of a good thing to know. And then I have my adulting to do checklist. I bought this a year and a half ago or something, and for this whole purpose. And then I went into surgery and I didn't do nothing. So I decided to pull it back out and work with it with all of this because there are certain things that I need to get done on certain days. So it would be easier to have something up on the refrigerator that I've written on the day before, and then we're good. So that's what we do. Alrighty, so discover how worry is in your way. How does worry stand in your way? What does it prevent you from doing, from enjoying? Worry can often frame itself as helpful, promising you that you should be thinking about the things it's telling you to think about. That it is ensuring you are prepared for anything or are in control of a situation. It's time to see worry for what it really is. A roadblock in the journey to confidence, contentment, and success. In this exercise, you're going to travel along the roadmap of exactly how a current worry or one that you dealt with recently is getting in the way of your goal. This goal can be overall happiness, relaxation, self-confidence, success in the workplace, whatever you decide. In each blank space on the map, you'll draw or write out one way this worry is standing in your way of the goal. So my goal was to be able to leave the house and feel comfortable. Maybe not talk to anybody, but leave the house without my husband and be okay. I don't have to be like super and cool and super comfortable. I still my jumpy self, but let's start with that first. So that's the goal. right now, one of the things that is standing in my way is I have no friends that I see in person. None. At least none that I talk to on a regular basis. I may see one of our friends when we go out camping or whatever, but nothing on a regular basis. And I can see how that is an issue. Back before I had friends, I want to say about 10, 15 years ago, I had gotten to the point where I stopped going into shopping malls. I wouldn't do Black Friday, none of those things, because going out in public made me nervous. I still went. I still did what I had to do. I didn't have a anxiety attack when I walked out the door. I just was very focused. If I went to the mall with my friends, I usually went and got a Long Island iced tea to make it more comfortable for me to be out in public. But doing that, I got a little mouthy at times. There was this one time, and I was with two friends. I'm no longer friends with one of them, and the other one has since passed away. And we were all out shopping, and she wasn't huge, but she was a big girl. She had a big, I called her big Santa belly. She liked it. It was funny. But we were all out in the mall. We were going to be going to the lake that weekend. And none of us had bathing suits. So we were all like, oh, let's do this. And the first bathing suit that my kind of larger friend picked out was a bikini. I'm like, okay, if you're comfortable, that's on you. If you're comfortable, we're all happy. I don't give a shit. Well, she decided no, and then she found this tankini that was like a tankini top, the short, and then shorts as the bottoms, and she looked really, really cute in those. But your girl here, I don't even remember what store it was in. We were going to another store just to check to see what they had. If we didn't like what they had, we'd be going back. Well, we walked past the store. I mean, it had to have been like Frederick's Hollywood or some shit. I don't know. But there's this bikini that is metal. You know, little, it moves, you know, but it's metal. Oh, that was it. I had to have it. For none other of the reason than to give it to my friend on her birthday. And that's what I did. And it was funny. She thought it was hilarious because the whole time I was buying this bathing suit top or whatever it was, whatever these were, I was making fun of them, and I was like, oh, look at me, and just being this weirdo, and, you know, making an ass out of myself. Well, then on her birthday, I gave it to her. We always did stuff like that, though. We always did it, and it wasn't mean. It was just, you know, we loved each other, and we did that in jest. Sometimes seeking medical attention makes it very, very difficult. Like I said, in that sneaking, it wasn't sneaking, it was seeking, but hospitals freak the shit out of me anymore. I don't like them. I get high anxiety because I was abused by a hospital. I was abused by several hospitals. One, during this surgery, I was abused by one of the nurses that was taking care of me. She refused to give me any pain meds for like 4 hours one day, and I had 25 staples in my stomach. I was stuck on the side of the bed. I couldn't get back into the bed. This nurse wouldn't come back in my room, and the tech told me to shut up. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? So I got mad. And yeah, that's basically how that worked. So seeking medical attention anymore is a very, very difficult thing for me. At a different hospital, I had them give me moldy food twice in a row. At another hospital, they kept bringing me food I couldn't eat. It was hard, and I had teeth. I mean, it was this whole mess, all of it. And it was put in there. I mean, I don't know if the doctor put it in or not, but I had to call back down to the kitchen and go, how am I supposed to eat this? Oh, do you need silverware? And that's what I got. No, I have no teeth. It's in your system. Look it up. Oh, you don't have any teeth. So yeah, they are. Experiencing friendships and all of its ups and downs is another freak me out thing. Like I said, one friend, she has passed away. The other one, we are no longer friends. And that does have to correlate with the first friend. But I have since figured out that people only want me for what I can do for them, and not because of a mutual friendship or anything else. So, I mean, I have one of my best friends sleep with my husband. I had one, I mean, all kinds of, and I was just like, you know what, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I can't. I can't handle this anymore. It gets so, I get so anxiety ridden, and I start getting sick to my stomach. I start throwing up. Now I start getting ulcers, and it's just not worth it for me anymore. Anxiety attacks, being out of my fishbowl, being able to talk to people and to face them. I would love to be able to do that. That's a goal. I mean, that's what I have. That would be the next step to get into my goal, is to be able to do that, to get out of the anxiety attacks. But so far, a 5, earthquakes in my head. That's what I call them. I have no idea what they are. I've told doctors about this, and they're like, oh yeah, but they've never told me if it's anything or anything. It's an anxiety is all I get. So basically what happens is my head will start like throbbing, and then it'll do like that, and it just kind of, and your vision does that. It like splits, and it's crazy, and it makes you dizzy. And sometimes grabbing onto stuff isn't quite it, and you try to lower yourself onto the ground, and it doesn't work so well. You end up falling. It feels like you're having a heart attack at times. I have another issue with my anxiety, and that is there'll be times that I'll take my medication, my big pharma medication, and an hour later or 45 minutes later it'll start kicking in, and all of a sudden I get anxiety attacks over OD, because I start feeling the effects, and I'm getting warm, and it's all of a sudden, oh my god, I've taken too much. That is simply because I have that's how I've tried before. So yeah, there's a lot of things involved with anxiety. Black Fridays. I have never done an actual Black Friday. Even when I had money, I never could do it. I could never psych myself up enough to do it. It was hard enough to go to the bar, but at least they had alcohol that kind of calmed it down. And there was way too many things that went on in Black Friday. So I have never actually done that, and I would like to. I would like to enjoy public events. I used to enjoy public events. I was a marketing guy, a girl, forever. And I love those things. I just haven't been able to do them. So the end of my goal to be able to do that, to be able to go outside and talk to people, is to be able to do all those things. Yay! So, some of the activities in this book, I will warn you, and some of the, I don't know, some of the stuff is a little odd. I kind of see a way into it, but all of these are different things that I need to tackle in order to get to that goal. So, pop a balloon. Oh, here, I'll show you the game. There's your game. Pop a balloon. Sometimes the best way to defeat a worry is by actually destroying it. This may sound difficult in practice, but a great, easy way to do so is by visualizing yourself and the worry like a balloon. Through this activity, you take matters into your own hands in order to deliver the fatal pop. which can leave you feeling empowered and free from worry. On each balloon provided, write a worry that is plaguing you right now. Then scribble out the balloon, tap it with your pen or pencil, put a big X over it, whatever feels right, in order to pop it. Okay, so here's my little balloons. Instead of writing on the balloons, of course, put it on the paper. So the balloons, worry, money. Money is always a worry. Doesn't matter if I have $50,000 in the bank. Money is always a worry. And yes, I've actually had that, and it's still a worry. People scare the ever-loving Christ out of me because they can seem so nice and normal in person. It's so different during other times. They can seem so nice and perfect when they're starting to meet you and when you meet them online, but then you meet them in person. People have a lot of dark secrets. Way more secrets than I like to know. I don't know, I like to think as a victim, not only can I look at another victim and I see that behind their eyes, but I look at any other predator and I see that too. And it's almost a stench that they get. So I'm afraid to hell of people. Communication between hubby and I really needs to, improve some. We will describe the same. We'll describe this book completely different. And that doesn't do us any good because as we're talking and trying to get through things, he's saying it one thing and I'm saying the same thing a different way, but we think we're fighting or we think that, we're being defensive. So that's one thing that him and I have been starting to work on. If something's going on and he says something and I don't want to go, oh, okay, you're pissed now, or anything like that kind of gives up about his attitude, that we need to canitude his attitude, is I'll say, grandpa paste, and he'll say, yeah, I don't know why, or, some of those things, or yeah, or no, I'm fine, just blah, blah, whatever. But that's one thing that we do, is we have little verbal cues that kind of help us out because our communication isn't great and we're trying to get it better. The truck and trailer is always a stress for me. When you live in a trailer with a truck and you're moving your home around behind you all the time, it makes me very nervous. It just gives me that anxiety, simply because you never know once you get off on that road what could happen, and that's completely it. It's why it's an anxiety, because it is the worst case scenario that's probably never going to happen that I'm going to freak out over. The country and our government. I'm really worried about them. I'm worried about a lot of things that I've been seeing. I worry about some of the laws that have been changing in the rights of children. And it worries me. I don't think if it worries you guys, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But we need to take it back. We need to fix this. Our kids, we gotta stop breaking our kids. We really gotta stop it. Leaving the trailer when hubby is not here. Oh my god, yeah, that one's a pain in the ass. When hubby's not here and I'm out and about, I have the dogs with me normally, and they'll bark and keep people away. But I also carry a pew-pew. Because people see it and it causes them to go, I'm not fucking with her, I'm going this way. Crazy ass bitch, got a pew pew. And that's kind of what happens. I never taken the pew pew out except to fire at a cat, and not a little cat, a big cat, a bobcat. And I wasn't even shooting at the cat. I was shooting next to the cat because I was trying to scare it the other way so I could get home. And I'm like, please don't tell me there's any cubs over here because we're going to have an issue. Because then the mama wouldn't have left and she would have been pissed. So yeah, I do carry that. Animals sometimes, as beautiful and as sweet as they are, and as home in the nature as they are, and I want them to be, I like to stay in one piece. My sons and my grandson, I worry the hell out of them, especially with the way things are going. There's so many things that happen on a daily basis that it's worrying. It's very worrying, especially for this is gonna sound really weird, but a little blonde hair, blue-eyed Mexican, because that's what he is. His father's whole side of the family is Mexican, even though his father is a really tall, blonde guy. But yeah, that's kind of how it worked. And he is definitely, you know, has that tendency to him. And yeah, I worry about boys. I worry. And then my grandson, who knows what this world is going to be like for him when he gets older. And then finding property. I want property so bad so I can get on our own place and not deal with anybody's crazy. I'm done with everybody else's crazy. They can keep it. I have a hard time dealing with my own, so let me deal with that, and you keep yours. Draw your happiness. When worry sets in, it can be hard to hold on to good feelings and positive thoughts about your life as it is now. Use this space to remind yourself of all these wonderful things that make you happy by drawing them. So, I'm writing again. That makes me so happy. Between the website and writing for the lead stuff, and then the book, I've been pretty busy, plus keeping a journal, so I've actually been pretty proud of myself on that. That's a good thing. So I just discovered a new latte recipe, and holy crap, is it good! And it's got 50% less sugar than what I normally do. So I'm like, woohoo, I'm liking this. Working on our mental health. That makes me happy because we know we got a lot of demons back there. And let me tell you, at 3 o'clock in the morning, they're pretty fucking loud. My actual health is starting to get better. Since my bladder has been taken out, and I have this internal sac, whatever you want to call it. That's kind of why this side kind of bulges more. I have a big old hole right here. I'm feeling better. I have not been hospitalized for a kidney infection in 7 months? 8 months? 8 months? I've had plenty of UTIs, and a kidney infection, but none that I had to actually use antibiotics for, which has been amazing. So yeah, my health is starting to get better. Working on my attitude adjustment, as I think I am doing better. You know, I'm gonna have to say, honestly, I had some Karen moments in my life, obviously. I think we all do. And there was one day, oh god, sometime last year, that I ran across a video of a Karen. And I'm like, kind of don't agree with what she's doing, but I see it. And ever since then, I kind of learned how to mind my own business, learned how to go, cool, they need help, they'll call, whatever. But stopped forcing myself into other people's lives, and that's kind of what it is. I ran across a TikTok video recently, very recently, about a woman that comes over to her neighbor's house, and there's like some distance between houses, and the resident owner there is standing outside next to a box. So the neighbor walks up, and what is that? Because it's smoking, and the owner says, oh, it's a smoker. You put meat in that? You probably have seen this one. And she's like, yeah, I have brisket going on right now, and very nicely trying to say, hey, yeah, da-da-da-da-da, maybe she's trying to make friends, it smells good, whatever. Nope. We're vegan, and we can't have that smell coming over here. What? What? Come on. I think it's getting ridiculous, don't you? Wow. Okay. Scribble your way to sleep. Oh, that's not good. So let's check this. I did pull another concentrate out that tastes so yummy. Tastes like Fruity Pebbles. It is so good. And you know, oddly enough, that's like the only breakfast. Well, no, I like Honey Smacks. I do like Honey Smacks, but I love Fruity Pebbles. So, it's almost strawberry. Oh, it's so yummy. It is Blue Leprechaun. So don't let me find you, little blue leprechaun. You're mine. I'm gonna smoke ya. Yeah, that could backfire. Get your mind out of the gutter. Sorry. Oh, it's been one of those days. I'm gonna be slap happy by the time I take a nap. Come on. I love these little things. Make it so much easier to use them as a wrench. Alrighty, so as always guys, fuck cancer, fuck anxiety, fuck depression, in with the good and out with the bad. Oh, it's so yummy. So good. Okay. So, worry likes to creep in just before you go to sleep. A lot of times it may be just because you're trying to remember things you have to do the next day. Or you're going over things you said or did that day. This activity is here to help. Every time you can't sleep, write down exactly what you're worrying about, or simply what's going through your mind on these pages. The brain dump is a perfect way to get everything out of your head so you can go to sleep. So I have here a sea journal, because that's pretty much what I do. And one of the other things I do around here, or that I do, duty do and duty don't. Hey! So I love these things. You can pull pages out and make it easier for you to write on them. So, yeah. So here is some of my journaling and what I do. Let's see. Started the coffee and lemon juice. Let's see how well it works. Coffee and lemon juice, you take a half a lemon, squeeze it into a cup. You take a half a teaspoon of instant coffee and you pour hot water in there. I do a little bit over 8 cups, otherwise it's really bitter. And you drink it. No sugar, no nothing, just that. It's different. I can't say it's bad unless you put too much, not enough water in it. Then it's in bitter beer face like nobody's business. So, edited and processed Worry-Free Wednesday 3. Started part 1 of the self-love workbook. Cleared comments. I even put gas prices in here sometimes, like $4.75 was the gas on the 16th of August here. I'm reminding myself that I need to do a couple of reviews for Gen X concentrates because I've never done reviews for them. And then reminding me what I still have to do. I still need to clear some of the comments off the worked end. Review Hella Jelly Batter review Moby Dick Shatter, and then unboxing just Fab Shoe Haul. So, and you take stickers and put it in here. Yeah, on the 17th it was $4.79 with gas. I also put in here, if I am in the same position for longer than 30 to 60 minutes, I get so stiff and sore until I get moving. This morning my neck, and it took me 40 minutes to loosen up for the pain to go away, and I only had slept for like 3 hours. So yeah, that's kind of some of the things I keep track of. One of the other things I keep track of is if there's an argument or something between hubby and I kind of write it down in here, not so I remember to fight with him about it again, but more to kind of be able to look at it with fresh eyes another day. So let's say something happened last week. I may look back on it today and go, maybe I wasn't so good. Maybe I didn't do the right thing. And that's really what it's for, is a self-check. Again, my memory has been so bad that if I don't write things down, I lose it. So that's kind of how I've been doing it. And yeah, that's what I do with the fights with my hubby. That way I know, okay, is my bipolar getting the best of me right now? Is he just being grumpy? That kind of thing. So, and normally most of our fights are either about money, Other than that, we have our own things. We like to do a lot of things together, and we have a lot of things in common, but we also like to do our separate things. So, like, I have all of this, and he has the TV and truck right now, because he's working full-time, and I'm not. So I'm here 7 days by myself in a quiet and lonely area. So if I have extra hobbies, that helps me get through the day. Him, however, he's just happy to get through the day and come home and rest because he's tired. So that's that. So, and then you have Color Your Way to Calm. This is a koi pond. Swim in the thickets as your worries are splashed away. And then the last one, which we are going to do together, just for some fun. So, do the animal ABCs. One simple strategy for releasing worry is by distracting your mind, focusing it to focus on something else. In this case, it might be listing animal names alphabetically. Sure, it may sound silly and even too easy at first, but you'd be surprised how hard it is to remember a worry when you are busy thinking of animals. Start with alligator, name one animal for each letter of the alphabet. You can also list them on a separate piece of paper and watch your worries melt away. So, our first one is alligator. I don't know if it's going to work. So we're going to write alligator. B, we're going to do bobcat, just because. C, cat, might as well. D, dog. E is for elephant. Can't remember how to spell them. F is for fish. G is for grizzly bear. H, hummingbird. I, So we'll go back to that one. J, jellyfish. K, kangaroo. L, lamb. M, moose. N, let's do a dab while we're sitting here working on this. As always, fuck cancer, fuck anxiety, fuck depression, fuck COVID, in with the good and out with the bad. It's not dropping down. So N, you're still on N. I'm really having a tough time here. And let's go to O, octopus. P, platypus. Q, a Queensland healer. R, there we go. I think it's working. R, rabbit. S, snake. A toucan is T. Oh, I just thought unicorn, and I don't think that counts. Coming with umbrella. Oh, yeah, it's a bird or an animal. I was gonna say sea urchin, but I don't think it starts with a U. Okay, V, vixen. W, wow. That's for X. U, X, Y, Z, zebra. not a Yukon, but that's a car, not an animal. Okay, so I'm stuck on INUWXY. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm missing those 6. I want to see how many of you guys can do this in the comments below. Type them all out there. Just do the 6 if you want. I don't mind. But I'm curious. Does this help you? I found it definitely distracting. So I mean, it did definitely take my mind off of stuff. So that's always a good thing. And I was able to do most of it. Emu, is that with an E or an I? I think that's with an E. All I can think for the N is a ninny, but that's not a plant. It says an adult channel though. Yeah, let's see what you guys can come up with in the comments below. Let's do one last ad before we leave. So, as always, guys, fuck cancer, fuck anxiety, fuck depression. In with the good and out with the bad. That was almost perfumey. I need to put coffee in my mouth. Whoa. So guys, do you have any of these activities that help you? Do you have others that we haven't maybe talked about here? If so, write them down in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. But as always today, I would mad love to everybody. Sorry. Yeah, it's been a day. So have a beautiful day, guys, and I will see you in the next video.